I heard a rumor I was mentioned in a video. I wanted to check real quick.
The reality of what like labor action should be, and that's not to a zero sum game where some heavy set welfare person is stealing your taxes, and we all know what this person's referring to there. um, it is about expanding those resources.
Yeah. I just want to caution a little bit because I see like Chatter Vouch did a 2-hour video showing that Oliver Anthony's YouTube likes playlist has 9/11 conspiracy videos blaming Jews. It's completely astroturfed and there's a lot of evidence. That seems contradictory to me. If this was completely astroturfed from the beginning, why wouldn't you say, hey, can you delete that stuff where you're blaming Jews for 9/11? Like, I think they saw a saw.
I think we literally know that it's astroturfed at this point, right? Hasn't the person who was producing this already been found? Like there was I forget their name, but like there was a person who's been attributed to producing it who's literally like a we'll turn your thing into like a pop sensation kind of thing. But it's like politics. It's not just like we're gonna take this singer and make them big. It's like we're gonna make this a culture war thing, you know? I think yeah, he was the former Blaze TV producer. Now, the thing is, Blaze TV is a Nazi org. The previous runner of it, Eliza Schaefer, is a Nazi. Apparently, the current runner of it is also a Nazi. I got an email about this. Apparently, he used to do videos praising there are old YouTube videos praising, hold on. Do I still have that? Did I respond to that email and has it therefore been committed to the ether, or have I, hold on. There, the Blaze recently hired another Nazi. Blaze host Aaron McIntyre used to make YouTube videos promoting the works of literal Nazis Oswald Spengler and Carl Schmitt. His ideology is built on the ideas of Curtis Yarvin, a literal monarchist with connections to the far right, and Peter Thiel. So anyway, like, if the question is, how could this have been astroturfed while they also have, like, anti-Semitic YouTube videos up on the visible playlist? And I think the answer is that the people astroturfing him are Nazis, or at the very least sympathetic enough to Nazis. Oh yeah, he still has the Spengler, best known for his 2-volume work The Decline of the West. Oh shit, hold on, wait, Spengler was the original Chudjack 100 years ago. The Fall of the West. It's literally this guy
by a guy who has shitty politics, and they're like, this sounds like something. Look, there's not a whole lot coming from us on the culture front that is frankly remotely like appealing to people broadly.
Yeah,
we have to use this guy. I think it's that, as opposed to like this guy previously worked for like Jeff Sessions or something.
No, I still think it can be astroturf though under that definition.
But yeah, no, but it's astro.
What if alt history always cites him? I think Spengler is the origin point of the whole, like, not necessarily the origin point of the idea, but he's like one of the foundational pillars of the whole obsession with the West has fallen, degeneracy will overtake our civilization. It's just like Rome, guys. It's just like Rome, like that kind of thing, you know. One of the obsessions of the alt-right, because of his like historical cycle obsession, his narrative. I don't think he was a full-on like Nazi. I think he was one of those fascists who thought the Nazis were kind of like crazy and ideological, and his super smart brainy version of Western supremacy was actually the right one.
Astroturf in the way that like all these things are, which is that they'll use a propagandist, for value to the extent that they're available.
Yeah.
And then the prominence is, yeah, of course, artificial. And like, I don't care about online music charts.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tim Pool or whatever this guy.
It's just
or
that
Forgiato Blow.
Their obsession with being in the culture is pathological, and it's also the only way that they can get there is by cheating. I mean, and
they agree that it's astroturf, but I think they just think he got picked up by a company, not that he was a prop from the beginning. Well, I'm not sure what the difference is, right? He was doing his own thing, and then at some point, as kind of like a shotgun approach where you reach out to a bunch of people, a far right, a corporate backer was like, hey, you've got a nice thing going on. We can promote you a bunch, and help like produce your album and stuff. And we'll work together and we'll get you big, You can be a part of the culture war. They might not have even said that. You know, I don't know how much of like a willing participant he is. But this guy is clearly, the singer, I mean, the Redbeard guy, is clearly far right. I mean, he literally has like is dancing Israeli shit on his playlist. So I just don't think that bothers the kinds of people who would finance him, because the right and Nazis are, you know, hand in hand.
And then that's why they do 400 videos or like a 2-hour review by Ben Shapiro on Barbie, because they're kept out of culture. But
Oliver Anthony replied to a tweet about the 9/11 playlist, and he didn't address or refute it, and his fans were JQ replies. I saw that, yeah. Somebody tweeted, I regret to inform you that Oliver Anthony thinks the Jews did 9/11, and Oliver Anthony replied saying something like, but did you check out that ship video? And a ton of people replying to him were going like, see, he gets it, you know, echo sign, like all that shit, you know?
because what they're selling is not appealing. All right, guys, I'm really sorry. No more time for calls. Going to read some IMs and get out of here.
Okay, just a quick little thing. It's a semantics difference, no? I mean, I don't know. What's this?
When politicians like Marjorie Taylor Greene give them free marketing to millions of followers, they aren't reacting to a viral hit that grew organically from the working class that's with him on anything. They're creating a hit through a carefully organized and grotesquely funded right-wing marketing system. And Kyle says the distinction is crucial if the left wants to really understand the ideological challenge we're facing.
So again, that's true. The difference is critical, because if some right-wing piece of media blows up on its own, which is always possible, of course, and there's and people are responding to that popularity, that's one thing, and that's very different from like constructing its success beforehand by like paying off people to talk positively and having everyone mark the date on their calendar so they can all pretend to care about this thing. It's like how Sound of Freedom was like, whoa, Sound of Freedom is like this breakout hit, everyone wants to see this QAnon movie, and then you look at like a little bit behind the scenes and it turns out that like lunatics online are buying out thousands of tickets to artificially boost the sales of the movie, and like the whole thing is being a hardcore astroturf with like people being prepaid in order to promote it. Very, very, very different from it just being good on its own or successful on its own.
The implicit analysis people like Nolan have given us here is that Anthony is just a case of bad luck. In another universe, we might have had a viral working class anthem with good politics instead of bad politics. In the end, it's just another misfortune that the song got popular. Also just so happens to call for tax cuts. But once we stop understanding this guy, Chaya Raichik, and every other viral, organic, right-wing publicity stunt from the last 20 years is an ongoing string of bad luck, we can ask Americans to start questioning the hype machine. And like, that's it. It's like this, there's a hype machine that exists. So like whether this guy, like I don't know that he is, I don't know for certain that he knows what he stepped into either. I think he's definitely being used and probably somewhat aware that he wants to take that ride. And I also think
maybe I don't know how fully aware the Oliver Anthony guy is of what's going on, but like he's genuinely a far right individual. So I don't think he's being taken for a ride necessarily. I just think that he's being sort of coasted on a bit.
Yeah, just definitely has bad politics. I'll be honest, I didn't watch.
Well, can I read some of the lyrics to you?
Yeah.
Okay. So it starts off, I'm working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, and I'm like, okay, this is good. Like, this is about the difficulty of living under capitalism. Yeah. But no, it turns into, I wish politicians would look out for minors with an E, and not just minors on an island somewhere. Lord, we've got folks in the street, ain't got nothing to eat, and these obese milking welfare. Well, God, you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds. Taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. Yep.
Having the fact that 2 verses were dedicated to that is still so funny to me. Like, even the Epstein reference got one. Like, everything gets one, and then these fat welfare bitches bit gets 2. It's so funny. Yeah, I don't know what a fudge round is either. I know what fudge is, and I know what rounds are in the context of food. I don't fudge. Yeah, not entirely sure what we're going on about here. They undercut the entire message. Yeah, especially since like fudge rounds are cookies. Are they? Oh, I've seen these at the grocery store. I've never had them though. I assumed that it was like some type of fudge. This is a cookie. Okay. Oh, it's a Little Debbie product. I see. All right. Is this more popular in the South? Because I feel like I've only seen these once in a grocery store. I see other Little Debbie stuff all the time, but usually not this. It's kind of a regional thing. Okay, that makes sense. We love them down south. Here to those who, yeah, I don't see that often.